drove to Alaska.
We did it. We did it. Almost exactly 5 months ago, we left Austin, Texas to embark on an over 6,000-mile journey to Alaska. We have driven through the desert, explored tons of gorgeous places in California, hiked at 6 U.S. national parks, visited amazing smaller cities, experienced some of the Oregon and Washington coast, detoured to Vancouver Island, and driven up all of British Columbia and across a lot of the Yukon. It has been the best adventure getting up here, and today we are finally making it to Alaska.
We're currently near Kluane National Park in the Yukon and have a little under a 3-hour drive to the Alaska border. Let's do this.
The Yukon is blessing us with the one thing we wanted, a final gift.
Grizzly bear.
We see a grizzly bear on the, really far away on a hill. Yes, our first ever grizzly bear. And it's from the car, just how we wanted it.
Drive just keeps getting better and better. That was the cutest thing. A mom and a little baby moose just ran across the road. I'm glad we weren't very close to it, but that was really cool. No, that's a wolf.
Whoa. If this drive couldn't get any better with wildlife, we have checked another new animal off of our list. What did we see, Adam?
A wolf!
We saw a wolf! Wow, man. We were kind of thinking the Yukon, we expected to see more wildlife in the Yukon than we did. If we had to say one negative thing, that's probably the only thing that was not what we expected. But I think today, grizzly bear, moose, wolf,
yeah. We saw some of the big, the big ones you look for, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're feeling a bit sentimental today as we finally achieve our goal of getting to Alaska. It feels so surreal that today is the day it's happening. We've been working on this goal for 5 months now. And if you look at the map and you look at Texas and then Alaska, it's just crazy to think of how much we have driven. And while getting to Alaska was the goal, the entire journey has just been incredible. The most fun we've ever had on the road. We've seen so many incredible places and it's just hard to wrap our minds around it. And so we're trying to reflect a bit on some of our favorite moments. We're gonna share some of our top spots we checked out, favorite experiences in the last 5 months. Adam, what would you say? What were your favorite things we did on this drive?
Some of my favorite things that really stick out to me, if I go all the way back, I think Silver City, New Mexico was really cool, hiking around there, and then also the little town. It was just so friendly there and just a really cool, fun experience. Hiking in the Superstition Mountains was a lot of fun and just super gorgeous desert landscape. Surfing in California, finally getting to surf. So much fun, checking off something off my bucket list, learning a new skill, kinda, still not good at it. What else? Oh, Redding, California was a blast because we're starting to get closer to the PNW and, it was just so beautiful there and didn't totally expect it and it was just a fun opportunity and just had a blast there even though we had a little setback with the window, but still, it was great. And then Vancouver Island. Man, that might be my favorite spot so far on this journey. Just the whole island in general loved every second of it.
What's really cool is that we both have completely different answers, but I think we'd both agree that we agree with each other's answers because there truly was never a bad moment on this journey or a non-beautiful moment on this journey. But if I have to think back to my favorite experience in the last 5 months, one thing that really stands out to me is backpacking on the Channel Islands. The boat ride out there was incredible. The hike itself, we hiked across most of the island and we had most of it to ourselves. We didn't encounter many people. There were all those super cute foxes. It was just, the views were amazing. It was just a very unique national park experience and one of my favorite national parks we've been to. And my next one's a bit of a cop-out because it's really hard for me to pick one specific place, but I would just say Canada as a whole. From the second we crossed the border, it has been so much fun. Vancouver Island was so beautiful, and then the whole drive up from Vancouver to where we are right now has been breathtaking. I've been gushing every single second of the drive. I just cannot get over how just vast and beautiful it is up through British Columbia and the Yukon. The mountains have all been super epic. The few hikes that we've done have been so fun. And then yesterday at the Long Ago People's Place was just the cherry on top of the experience. It's hard to put it into words, but yeah, Canada is a very, very special place. Hands down, one of my favorite countries in the whole world. I haven't been to many, but it's definitely up there.
We are so close. We are 4 minutes from Alaska.
I can't believe it. This has definitely been the roughest stretch of road for those curious. Since we left today, it's been a bumper ride.
One minute.
1 minute! I see the sign! Ah!
Entering a different time zone.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that
We got
part.
another hour today. Drove to Alaska.
I kind of want to cry. There it is! I always thought I'd get a little emotional, but I didn't actually think I would. I cannot believe we're here. Holy crap, we did it! I'm so jazzed right now.
We did it. We made it to Alaska.
Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it.
That says Alaska.
Oh, I just can't stop hugging it. I'm so excited. I'm like shaking. I'm so excited. Whew.
We're in the Yukon. Let's go back to the U.S. We're in Alaska.
We may be in Alaska, but we're not officially in Alaska yet because we still have to go through the border station. And if you saw our video where we crossed into Canada, you know, we get very nervous for these. And in our experience, they're way more intense going back into the US. And I don't think there's Nexus here. We had it pretty easy going through Canada with Nexus. So I don't know, we have our passports ready, our COVID vaccine cards, and we have our story straight of where we've been and where we're going, and wish us luck.
Peppers,
No,
tomatoes.
no.
How about chicken meat or eggs?
I have cooked chicken,
Cooked chicken.
Yes, sir.
No eggs.
no eggs.
And have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
That was the easiest coming back into the U.S. border crossing we've ever gone through. That was super smooth.
He only cared if we had citrus or tomatoes or peppers on us, which we only had 2 pairs on us. Then he asked about chicken, and we have cooked chicken. We also have cooked beef, and they didn't seem to care about any of that. It's kind of confusing if you read online what foods you can and cannot bring into Canada and the US, and we had tried to enter with like a very bare fridge, but we ended up not eating all of our food, so we thought, let's just see what happens. We'll declare it, and hopefully they'll let us keep it, and we got to keep it. So now we won't go hungry. But I think we now have like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive to our first stop here in Alaska.
Since it's our first time here in Alaska, we wanted to share a little bit of history and some fun facts you may or may not know about Alaska. So Alaska was purchased by the US from Russia in 1867 for about $7 million or 2 cents an acre. The U.S. Secretary of State at the time was William H. Seward, and the purchase became known as Seward's Folly because many people didn't understand why this guy wanted to purchase this land so bad. And so eventually gold and oil were discovered here in Alaska, and that changed all these haters' tunes real quick. And in 1959, it became the 49th state and the largest of them all.
It is 665,400 square miles, and there are 3,000 rivers and 3 million lakes, and when including its islands, it has more coastline than the entire rest of the United States, and it is also larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined.
We're almost done with the portion of the Alaska Highway that we're gonna drive, but we have to say this might be the most fun thing we've ever done in the van. It's been a long couple weeks since we left Vancouver, lots of days with long driving, not enough sleep, but we have loved every mile of it. Even the parts that people told us weren't gonna be as scenic, we loved it all.
We are just extremely grateful that we got to have this experience, and going into it, we thought it was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. When will we ever drive to Alaska again? It's so far away, but we can honestly say, after driving it, we would do it again in a heartbeat, and we will be driving to Alaska again, probably many more times in our lifetime. That's how much we loved it. But in case you're curious at home how much wildlife we saw along the way, here's our current tally from basically Vancouver all the way to where we are now. We have seen 17 black bears, 1 grizzly bear, 3 moose, including a baby, too many bison to count, 3 caribou, 4 porcupines, 5 bighorn sheep, 1 elk, and 1 wolf.
We are here, we have made it, we don't have any more driving to do, at least for a couple of days, but after 3.5 weeks of go, nonstop travel, we just wanted a place to just relax, get laundry done, get some sleep maybe, get some work done, and just decompress. So we got a site at the Sourdough Campground in Tok, Alaska.
We plan to be here in Alaska for 2 months, and we have so many fun things planned, but we're not going to be doing everything there is to do here in the state. Between how massive this state is, having Kona, well, she's napping, she's tired from all the driving, having Kona with us and not wanting to board her too much, having a limited budget, how difficult a lot of things are to get to, and just wanting to like actually enjoy it and just not be rushing around like crazy. We won't be doing it all, but what we have planned will be a ton of fun.
We're going to be visiting 3 national parks, going on epic hikes, backpacking, driving scenic roads, going on excursions, and so much more. It's gonna be epic, and we already know we're gonna be back many more times by van and plane to see everything we missed this time.
But with all of that said, this officially marks the end of our journey to Alaska and the start of our adventures in Alaska.